Jett, you're killing me. My name only has one T.
All right.
That's right, yeah. Blame my mom. Blame my mom. Oh, I got the notification on my phone about going live, and it had two T's on it. It's all good. No, no worries, man. Hello, hello. Yeah. Oh, not too much. Enjoying this long weekend. Not only our Canadian friends will get, but
Also, I just realized my mic was muted, so great start to the show. All
so
right.
I'm talking and they don't know why I'm talking.
Yeah. Well, they can hear you. They couldn't hear me.
Ah,
But now I am live once again. Episode 1 of Boss Rush. I'm Jett. He's
there.
Matt.
Right.
And I'm working through the kinks. Apologize. Episode 1. Long weekend here. I've got my Tim Hortons ice cap, which is pretty melted at this point.
Tim Hortons coffee.
Oh, man. This is Canadian AF.
The most Canadian show around.
Yeah, I'll put that down.
All right. We've had
Um,
the ceremonial first Tim Hortons sip. Now we can watch.
All right. I went out garage sailing this morning. I usually don't go. I tend to find that it's like grandma's selling like old antique stuff and super gross clothes that I don't think anyone should be buying and reselling and buying.
Yeah.
But today we went to this one garage sale. It was advertised as this girl who's trying to get money for college before she goes away, and I found a Wii there. It didn't have any controllers, didn't have a sensor bar, but it was only $10. And
Nice.
that's pretty cheap for a Wii. And I
Yeah.
thought to myself, like, I already have a Wii U which plays Wii games. I got my Wii back recently from my brother, and then we also took Steph's Wii back from her parents' place, so we have 3 of them in the house. And I thought to myself, math-wise, like, it's $10, it's still super good. If there are like 2 virtual console games on it, it's probably worth it. So I
Yeah,
asked, well,
absolutely.
Steph asked, and they said no, there aren't any, so we just let it go.
Ah. Hey man, still a good price.
Yeah, still a good price. I hope that finds a good home. I know a lot of gaming enthusiasts have a lot of bad things to say about the Wii, but for $10 and a handful of games, you'd probably get your money's worth.
I know if you could tell the version of you that was back when you couldn't find a Wii on the shelf, be able to get one for $10 later on.
That was so nuts. I
I
like
know.
going like a whole year not being able to buy that console.
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
Yeah. So Matt, what have you been playing?
Oh man, God of War.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know we had the last show and we were like we started talking about God of War and none of us had played it but you.
Uh-huh.
So I had to rectify that as soon as possible. So yeah, I went out and bought it. Man, what a fantastic game.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh man, this window is way too small. Let me bring that up a little bit. Oh man, live TV. Yeah, so God of War, what do you like about it?
So I'm only about I don't know how long. Let's see. I think I'm about chapter 3. No, chapter 4. I'm going up. I mean, obviously spoilers if anybody hasn't played it.
Oh, hold up.
But
We have
yeah,
thing for
no
that.
worries, no
All
worries.
right, spoilers.
Spoiler alert, red alert. So I'm going up the mountain where the black smoke is.
Okay.
You're obviously there or past that.
I finished the game like a week or two ago.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyways, that's where I'm at right now. But I mean, I think what strikes me the most is just it's such a departure from standard God of War. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, Kratos as an actual character, which I think we knew this was going to happen anyway, based on what we've heard about the game, or at least what I've heard about the game. But yeah, just seeing him as kind of a very intricate sort of you know character with his son and the way he interacts with them, and I don't know. Like I said, I haven't gotten that far in the game, but just every interaction, his interaction with the other people around him, and then obviously the way the game looks, it's beautiful. I think it's definitely, in my opinion, one of the best looking games on the PS4 now. And I'm not playing it on a Pro. I'm just playing it on a standard PS4, so I can only imagine what it looks like on the Pro.
Oh yeah, it's phenomenal,
Yeah.
and I really enjoyed what I played of God of War. Yeah, by the end of it, I was like, yep, I don't really feel all that interested in going back and finishing any of the secret stuff or the side missions, but
Yeah.
I really enjoyed what I played, and definitely one of the best games of this year, easily.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the thing with me is I'm kind of a completionist. Well, sometimes I'm kind of a completionist, but there's so many things and so many hidden secrets and chests to find and hack silver locations and things like that to go through. And I find myself going through different areas of the game, and then I stop and literally I just go around, I smash everything, I look in every corner, and if someone was watching me play this, I bet they would be like, oh my god, just move, come on, just go to the next part. But yeah, no, it's great, and it's one of those games where I don't really, I can do it, and I don't feel bad about it. Like I take as long as I want with it,
Yeah.
So it's good.
I love the back and forth between Kratos and Atreus with any of the side stuff where Atreus is like, "Hey, let's go take a minute to help these people out," and Kratos is like, "Nah,
Yeah,
eyes
yeah,
on the prize," and then you go off and do these side things anyway.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, we should probably turn off spoiler tags. Were we really talking? I don't think we were talking all that spoilery about
No,
it.
I
No.
was just saying where I was in sort of that setting. So I don't know, maybe that would have been a spoiler, but
Yeah, so rewind. It wasn't really all that spoilery, and if we did spoil stuff, I apologize. You should have
yeah,
read the spoiler tag.
that's right. Or you should have played the game by already. Come
Yeah. Anything else you playing?
on. Let's see. So okay. So I'm a big Harry Potter fan, admittedly.
All right.
And, I downloaded the new iOS game, the Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. Oh my God, I couldn't be more disappointed.
Okay.
So let me give you a bit of backstory here. So I don't know if you've heard of you obviously the Wizarding World and stuff and the theme parks and all that.
Yes,
It's a
I've
big
been.
thing. Oh, okay. So I haven't been, but it's on my list of things to do. But anyway, so because I haven't been, this game, the company that makes this game is called Portkey Games, and they're sort of like a subdivision of WB.
Okay.
And so the idea behind them, and I'll give you the sort of their mission statement. So I actually copied and pasted so I could read it, so I would get it word for word.
All right.
So as a Harry Potter fan, and there's never really been a sort of Harry Potter RPG experience, and I'm a big RPG guy. So if I could find something that mixes Harry Potter with RPG, especially on mobile, something I can take with me. I was really excited. I was really, jacked up for this game. And so anyway, so the mission statement here is Portkey Games from Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment is the games label dedicated to creating new Wizarding World mobile and video game experiences that place the player at the center of their own adventure, inspired by J.K. Rowling's original stories. Portkey Games offers players the opportunity to make their own narrative choices and engage with the Wizarding World settings to discover new and unique experiences. This label was created to bring gamers and fans new gaming experiences that allow them to delve into the Wizarding World in immersive ways where they can create their own magical story. I mean, come on. Like, how good does that sound, right?
That sounds amazing.
Right? Exactly. So you're a Harry Potter fan, you want to get into this RPG thing. You're like, this is it. This is my entry point. I'm going to enjoy this. Oh, man. Couldn't have been more wrong. This game, I don't know if anybody watching has played it or if you've played it, Jett. I don't know if you have.
I have not.
It is 100% a cash grab. Like if you think Battlefront was bad in terms of loot boxes and spending money to sort of play, this game is literally paywalled from 5 minutes in, and you cannot do anything without spending money or
Wow.
waiting really exorbitant amount of times. Sometimes you'll finish one quest, which takes, I don't know, 5 minutes. And then in order to move on to the next quest or even just do something, you have to either wait 3 hours or spend $1.99.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. And the game itself, while it's got some cool, you can kind of see it here on the screen. There are some RPG elements to it. This is actually a little further on, but you do have some of the things that they promised in that mission statement, whereas you can make your own choices, and it kind of affects your relationships with people around you, which are the cool aspects of the RPG element, which I was expecting. But the entire game revolves around this sort of clicking the screen or tapping the screen mentality. Things highlight and you tap them, and you have to spend energy points. And so basically, a quest, quote unquote, and I believe me, I put this in quotes because it's not really a quest. So it'll be like, I don't know, enter this locked room. So then in order to enter the locked room, you have to go through stages of this quest. So the first stage will be, put the key in the lock. And then in order to put the key in the lock, you have to sit there and tap the door like 3 times. And then the window will light up, and you have to tap the window 3 times. And then something else will light up, and you have to basically get these stars by tapping.
Okay.
And so up on the top there, you can see it says, so there's the star system. You can see it on the screen.
Okay.
And then in the top right, you've got your energy points. So this guy's got 12 of 21 or whatever. And now you can see him tapping things. So that's great, except the problem is when you run out of energy, which I imagine he's going to do very soon right here, you can see the countdown timer up there as well. It
right.
generates one energy every 3 minutes, or you can spend money to generate your energy. And the problem is if you run out of energy, you can't do anything. You're done. You literally have to shut the game off and wait either 3 hours for your energy to replenish, or spend $1.99 or however much money it is to get different experience or different energy bundles. So I couldn't believe it. I mean, and this is endorsed by J.K. Rowling, obviously endorsed by Warner Brothers, but it's a mess. I mean, it really is a mess. And I don't know what I was going to expect, though, because it comes from a publisher or developer rather called Jam City, who is famous for I think games like Juice Jam, Sugar Smash, Cookie Jam. So those types of games.
Okay.
So I didn't know that until I looked into it, but now that I've looked into it, I don't really know what I expected from somebody like that. But yeah, total disappointment. Disappointment.
That's unfortunate, but I bet this game is still going to generate a lot of money for EA. One, because it's Harry Potter, it's got the name on it. Two, I feel like there's a broader mobile crowd that is totally okay with these types of monetization systems, which is why they keep making this type of game. And I know this seems pretty egregious, and we'll see what happens from there, but I kind of get the sense that the mobile gaming community at large is okay with this business model, which, I mean, if that's what you like, sure. I personally would prefer to give you a few bucks and play the whole thing in full, but there's clearly an audience for people that want to knock on the door twice and then run out of energy and have to wait for 3 hours to knock a third time. Or I'll just give you $2.
But I'll tell you right now, the $2 or whatever it is, I mean, so for instance, specifically $2 or whatever will get you, 30 energy or something. And you can spend 30 energy in the first part of a 5-part quest. So, I mean, it's not just $2. I mean, it would be $2 to get the first star, then $2 to get the second star, then $2 to get the third star. And this is, one of maybe 5 quests to finish off. You'll see there at the top, there's like a little tick system that shows you where you are in the chapter. Mm-hmm. And there might be 3 quests in one part of one chapter of 1 year. And there's 6 years, apparently. So, I mean, I don't know. Apparently you have to be a Harry Potter fan, but also a millionaire.
Wow.
in order to play this game.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems egregious to me, but like you said, there must be a subsection of gamers that are looking for this type of experience, but I can't see, even kids looking at something like this and, getting any sort of fun out of it. And the problem is it is addictive. Like, even though it costs money, and I haven't spent any money, and it's purely a moral stance for me right now, but like I'll do the quest, run out of energy, and then just shut it off, put it back in my pocket, and check again in like a couple hours. But it's addictive, and I open it back up and I check, and I'm like, okay, I got to finish this quest. But I mean, regardless of the paywall, but I don't pay, so I guess that's the difference.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're able to, I guess you're consistent on your stance and you feel comfortable either paying the money for what you get or not paying the money and playing it with its limitations, then I mean, have all the fun you want, but. That's tough.
Yeah.
Anything else you've been playing, or is that it for you?
No, that's pretty much it for me.
All
What about
right,
you?
cool. I have been playing some Nintendo Labo. I
Oh
got
yeah.
in the kit. Hold on, I'm trying to find some video here. Here we go. All right. Let's switch this back up. So, topic, Nintendo Labo, source. Oh, Nintendo, and where did the video go? There it is. All right. So, I got in a Nintendo Labo variety kit for my birthday. And I mean, I love Nintendo stuff, but like cardboard and these games look like crappy minigame collections again, except now with peripherals that are made of cardboard. um, but I tried it out. I've tried like the first two things, and I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. So
Okay.
I'll do a little bit of show and tell here. I've got the RC car. So the tutorials in the game are really cool, and they do a really good job of explaining it. The cardboard, I don't know if you can't really see here. It's pretty thin cardboard, but it's also really sturdy. Nintendo
Okay.
has advertised that you can make you can remake these yourself with whatever cardboard you want. My concern is this is pretty good cardboard, like in terms of sturdiness relative to thickness. I don't know where you're just going to buy this cardboard or like
Yeah.
get this from a box by default that came with whatever stuff you bought. But even like this dinky little car has some more features to it than I thought it would. When with the remote, you can actually independently control the frequency of each remote to make it move differently, or on certain surfaces, you'll need to speed it up or slow it down in order to make it go.
That's pretty cool.
The other thing is that the Joy-Con, it's positioned in such a way so that the camera on one of the Joy-Cons is on the front, and you can actually see what the camera sees. And so, I don't know if you were away, like it's this weird green sort of infrared radar thing.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it has this ability to read reflective tape. So if it sees reflective tape in the camera, it's just going to go in that direction. So you can create pylons or create tracks on the road where it'll just drive itself around.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. And they have this other, like a timer thing. You hit the button and it plays this dramatic music for you to like race down your own tracks. And if the car falls over, then it blows up.
Huh.
So, yeah, this one a little more neat than I thought. And it comes with two. So you can make two, race with your friends. But
So I have a question. How
Okay.
hard are they to put together?
this one took about 10 minutes, not that hard at all.
Okay.
The other one I've done is this fishing game.
Yes, I've
This
seen that one.
Okay. This took about an hour and a half, and it's rather elaborate. And I think this is the thing that really sold me on the whole Labo experience. Hold on, the video's about to round out. I'm just gonna rewind that back.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So the thing that I find cool about this, like yeah, it's neat. It's cardboard. It's built pretty solidly, but when it comes to like motion control games, I find them not all that convincing because it's been like wave this remote out in space and there's no tension or friction or anything like that.
Right. Yeah.
With this, it feels like a fishing rod. I'll click. You can hear the clicking. So there's actually a piece of cardboard that's like clicking on the inside to make the sound.
Like
and-
putting a card in your bike tires.
Yes.
Right.
It reads the motion of your fishing rod perfectly because there's like a slot for a Joy-Con here, and then it reads your winding perfectly because there's a Joy-Con here. I think the secret best part of this fishing experience is this box. Let me see if I can open that here for the camera. It's that. So there's a spool with a rubber band, and as you're pulling, like pulling the fish, there's actually tension because it's winding it back as you go. So when a fish bites and you start to pull and you're pulling back, it actually feels like you've hooked a fish.
They've thought of everything.
They did. And so as you're fishing, it gets really tense. You feel the bite of the fishing rod from the Joy-Con, and then as you're reeling it back, it feels like the fish is struggling with you, and it's a weirdly convincing experience.
That's pretty cool. I got to admit. You know, it's funny. Nintendo, they've always kind of got it on the innovation side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or at least they try, for sure. That's cool.
The challenge, I thought the challenge would be the cardboard, and it's not so much. Like it's fairly sturdy. Like sure, if you get it wet or like an overzealous kid's just gonna rip the thing apart. But like if the kids get tired of it, just recycle it or unfold it. You could do that too. In theory, it's probably a little harder than it seems, but the big challenge is actually the software. So the fishing game, The fishing game works. Like you just like go deeper and deeper into the ocean. You can try and catch small fish, big fish, sharks. But like there's not much to it beyond that. The whole point is to just catch 3 fish and try and get the heaviest weight, combined weight between 3 fish.
Okay.
But like there's no game over state. It doesn't keep your high scores. There's no campaign. So all you're doing is just casually fishing and trying to catch 3 fish. And that's it. I would love to play like an arcade mode that had a game over state, or at least saved my high scores so I can compare it with my friends. But it doesn't do that, unfortunately. So the shelf life on the fishing game, and I'm going to guess the rest of the games on Labo, is pretty short.
Interesting. So let me ask you this then.
Okay.
So without the addition of things like high scores or saving your games or all that kind of stuff, who is this targeted for? Is this a kids game?
It's absolutely for kids.
So then if it's for kids, could kids put these things together without the help of somebody else?
Maybe. I would say at least, parent supervision is probably recommended. There's a little bit of tricky stuff there in terms of like being delicate. You don't want to fold it the wrong way is probably the scariest thing.
Right.
It is perforated, so it does line up in a certain way, and that helps you out. But yeah, one bad fold could mess you up pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. It's a cool thing to bring out at parties, I imagine. Though.
Oh yeah, the fishing game has been amazing at parties. Some other stuff I've been playing. I've been playing this game called Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle.
Right.
Not sure if you are familiar with it at all.
I know of the game. I'm not a huge fighting game guy, but yeah, I definitely know of it.
So, it's from the makers of Blaze Blue, Dragon Ball Fighters. And it is a tag team fighting game 2v2 with characters from the Blaze Blue series, from the super niche fighting game called Under Night in Birth.
Right, that one.
Yeah. Everyone's favorite niche anime fighting game, Under Night in Birth. And then it also has characters from, Persona 4 Arena, which was the Persona-themed fighting game, and from this YouTube anime called Ruby.
Okay. And I played Persona the game, so I know the characters, but I've never seen the fighting game.
So, yeah, it puts them all together in this 2v2 fighting game, and when going into it, I had no expectations, not because, like, the Blaze Blue games or anything were bad, but even as someone who plays fighting games very seriously, I found Blaze Blue and Arc System Works fighting games to be impenetrable. They put systems on top of systems on top of systems to the point where it's really hard to play more than one character in a game. Like, you just have to master this one thing, and that's probably all you're going to get out of it. Okay. But with this game, they've simplified it enough that, like, right away, I was able to pick up general concepts of, like, how to create combos, and this is what I should do to get the most out of the game. And it was really captivating. I was really impressed with it, and I'm going to pick this up on day one. I actually had plans to get the Street Fighter collection at the end of the month, but I'm going to use my money towards this instead.
Wow, that's big praise coming from you.
Yeah, I'm really excited to play more of this, especially since the last fighting game I've been playing was Dragon Ball, and like that game looks phenomenal, but it is also a little too simple. I think they've streamlined that game so much to the point where there isn't much differentiation between the characters gameplay-wise. And on top of that, like, half the cast is Goku, so it does feel a bit samey after the while. This one has a little more depth and a little more nuance between the characters. So, as you can see, like, characters with crazy swords, crazy sights. This girl has guns and is doing, like, weird jumping shotgun attacks.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. So how would you, as a Street Fighter fan, compare this to something like, obviously not the Golden Age Street Fighters, but say Street Fighter V?
Oh man, they are wildly different fighting games. I think.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah, just like the whole anime thing is a lot more flashier attacks, more dependency on extended juggle combos, and really tricky stuff versus Street Fighter, which is a very grounded, game that lives in the minutia of like, oh man, this guy like did a jab and now he stepped like a half an inch back and this guy tried to punch and now he whiffed it and now I'm gonna do a full combo. Versus this is like, I'm jumping and I'm gonna hit you at this crazy angle and I'm gonna cross up this way and my assist is gonna hit you on the other side. Now I'm hitting you on both sides.
Oh wow, okay.
So
comparison's almost not even fair.
Yeah, almost not fair. And I also see I had the topic highlighted wrong. Anyway, so yes, we were talking about BlazBlue, and that game is pretty cool. So
that's awesome. It looks cool.
That is out on June the 5th. It's out soon in June. So really excited to grab that one. Anyway, so the big topic this week is Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Activision and Treyarch announced a whole bunch of stuff. By chance, Matt, did you watch the event?
I didn't know, but I've seen the reveal trailer and I've read a bunch of stuff up. Read up on a bunch of stuff about it.
Okay. Name a couple of things that caught you by surprise in that announcement.
Good or bad?
Anything.
So we've talked about this offline a lot. Well, we've talked about it anyway, about how I'm more of a campaign guy. I mean, I love the multiplayer, but I also really, really like the campaign. Maybe I'm in the minority, but when I found out that there was zero campaign in this game and it was completely multiplayer, it was kind of disappointing, especially because you know that they're going to charge full price for it. And arguably the only real thought that goes into a game like this is the campaign, right? So, I mean, other than that, it's just kind of the same thing over and over every year, right? With different skins on it. Well, maybe different, moves and different ways of fighting, different additions like the jetpack, which was awful. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't great. Things like that. But yeah, in terms of the campaign, I was disappointed to know that there was no single player campaign.
Yeah. So word on the street is the original plan was for this game to have a single player campaign, but development ran too long and now it's not there anymore. And it seems like they're repurposing what they had of campaign as sort of like training missions for the different specialists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a single player story, but not really a single player campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's probably not going to be a good enough substitution for that, but
I don't know.
Yeah. I totally understand the business case behind dropping single player from Call of Duty, because like hardly anyone ever plays it. It'd be like weird outliers like me and you, but I know you play a ton of you still spend most of your time playing multiplayer anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
So a disproportionate amount of their budget would go towards making a single player game that nobody would play. Well, not nobody, but like not enough people to justify making it still.
Right, but then if you put the disproportionate amount of their budget that would have went to single player, where does that go? I mean, are we going to see leaps and bounds in terms of improvements to multiplayer gameplay? Likely not.
Well, they did say that they've reworked the shooting physics, so it's predictive. I guess I don't know. I don't know how gun shooting works really, but the idea that you can predict where it's going to recoil next, so you can adjust your shot to keep the shot straight. I think that sounds kind of cool. Yeah. I don't know how that would work, but I think anything that you can make less random in a Call of Duty game, I think, is a good thing.
Yeah, that's for sure. Making it more skill reliant than anything.
I kind of like So did you play Black Ops 3, right?
Yeah.
How do specialists work?
Oh man, it's been a while. Holy jeez, you caught me off guard here. I don't really remember. Hold on one second.
Because I saw there's like when they were showing the trailers, they had the guy who like had a zip line, and then he had this like big, I don't know, this big pole thing that he would slam into the ground. It would cause like an earthquake. It almost reminded me like sort of Overwatch-esque abilities.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. I mean, you're going to get, and I think is it randomized at the beginning, or
I have no idea.
Determined at the beginning? I don't know. But yeah, so I guess what it'll be is just, you'll have, I guess, maybe one person on the team who has a specific ability, and, whatever. And again, that's sort of another point of contention if that's the case, right? Because guaranteed there's going to be probably months of balancing and rebalancing and trying to get these things working out, right? So...
They've also expanded zombies, so that has 3 maps. They look cool to me. I thought the Roman Empire one, that one looked awesome, and the Titanic one looked pretty good too.
Yeah, although I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work, but we'll see.
Yeah,
it's kind of a cool idea. Zombies on the Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe history was wrong. Maybe that's the reason the Titanic sank. Zombies.
And of course, I mean, we've been kind of dancing around this, but the big thing is that Call of Duty is going Battle Royale.
Ugh.
You don't sound pleased.
Can you sense my encouragement or my excitement? Ugh.
So what's wrong there with Call of Duty making this jump?
I don't know. Again, I think this is more of my old man shakes fist at cloud mentality. But I don't know. I haven't been able to really get on board with this battle royale stuff. I've played Fortnite a little bit. I've played PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds a little bit. Maybe it's just because I'm not very good at it. I don't know. The specific type of game where sort of everybody's coming at you, I guess similar to the free-for-all kind of, way of playing Call of Duty. But apparently this is going to be, they've said it's going to be 100, it's one map and it's going to be 100 times larger than any other map with land, vehicle, and air travel. So in that way, I guess it's kind of cool, but I don't know. I can't get behind this Battle Royale thing. I think that if, obviously games like Fortnite, games like PUBG, they're all popular. But I feel like Call of Duty is a little bit different. And especially World War II, you've got a formula that works. I feel maybe it's just kind of a bit of a cash grab. Like they're jumping in on the popularity of this. And I think it's to the detriment of certain features that maybe other people like. Campaign.
Maybe so. Yeah, like I said, single player died so that this camp battle royale could be implemented into the game. Yeah. I feel like I've played I have played a total of one game of Fortnite, and I shot one bullet by accident, and I finished in 4th place.
Oh wow. Okay.
I see like the cool part of like trying to be better than like 100 other people, and odds are, unless you're the first guy killed, you can be like, yeah, I was in the top X%. But I felt like it was so random in nature. Like, how could someone like me, who's never played the game before, finish top 5 in a 100-person match by firing one bullet and just by dumb luck running around and not seeing anybody?
But that's the sort of recipe for Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Right. You've got your players who are really good and who actively run around the map trying to hunt people, and then you've got, however many other people in the match who literally just run around and hide.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this does. I mean, Call of Duty obviously is a juggernaut, right? Yeah. It sells, the best-selling game probably every year it comes out. I think World War II did something like $500 million in its first 3 days. So this can only add to its popularity, I think. Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see.
I feel like if there was any battle royale game I would get into, it would probably be a Call of Duty one, in that of the shooting games out there, that's the one I'm the most familiar with. And I love the thing that I always love about Call of Duty games, even though I've skipped the last few, is that the shooting just feels so good.
Yeah.
Just how it feels, how all the guns sound, it's something super satisfying about it that I've never gotten in any other shooter. And I think being able to play that in this type of mode would be a lot more up my alley versus something like Fortnite, where you have to juggle this whole building mechanic on top of shooting, and I just do not have the brain power to do that, especially on a controller. I have no idea how people do it. Yeah.
No, absolutely. I get it. And really, I think that's probably one of the things, I mean, obviously I'm not 100% for this, but one of the things that might actually draw me to it is exactly that. Certainly I'm familiar with Call of Duty. It's one of my favorite multiplayer. It is my favorite multiplayer shooter game. And maybe that's why I don't like games like Fortnite and PlayerUnknown, is because there's sort of a learning curve that comes with it that maybe I'm just not ready to, really dive in and learn 100%. So if they can bring it to me in Call of Duty, who knows? Maybe they can convert me, but we'll see.
Yeah. I find it kind of interesting that the map is just a mashup. Like, they're just taking all the old Black Ops maps and mashing them together into one map. And on one hand, you could be able to say, like, yeah, it's a celebration of the history and the lore of Black Ops by putting them all in one place. Or if you look at it the other way, like, oh, we have to slapdash this mode together in a year, and we don't have enough time to design a whole new map, so we're just going to stick all these old ones together.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And they say it's going to be the best parts of all of some of the older maps and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there is underwater fighting, which I saw in the trailer, which kind of looks cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think that's been around before, but interesting. And of course, I mean, Call of Duty, they're the king of the trailer, right?
Yeah,
Their trailers are literally like almost movies in themselves. So, yeah, they're a good hype machine.
for sure. All right, I think we will wrap this up here. Do you have any last words on Call of Duty Black Ops 4?
I don't know. I guess it's one of those things where once it gets released, we'll see how it goes. I feel strongly about trying to shoehorn the most popular thing that's going on right now into a formula that already works. But
Okay.
again, like we've said, if anybody's going to convert me, it'll be Call of Duty's multiplayer battle royale. So we'll see. I guess once it comes out, we'll have to play it and see how it goes. But that'll be a topic for another show, I guess.
Yeah. Actually, let's stick. I got one more thing. I will pull this back up. I'm gonna switch. Where's this topic? Call of Duty. There we go. Let's talk about Battle Royale as a whole. E3 is coming up really soon, and I think everybody's going to be introducing a Battle Royale mode.
Mm-hmm.
Battlefield almost certainly probably going to reveal one. Any other games you think are gonna, like Halo or Gears of War?
I don't know. I was thinking Battlefield Battle Royale makes the most sense because their maps are already big enough.
Okay.
Yeah, they have huge maps. But yeah, for other games, I don't know. I mean, again, I don't know if Halo was to introduce something like that. I think they would get a lot of pushback from the fans as well because I think Halo experience is so, relished and revered by Halo players. So I don't know. Maybe, and again, Call of Duty, I guess, is the same way. So we'll see. I don't know.
Do you think there's going to be any weird non-shooter games that introduce a battle royale?
Oh man, I wonder. Like what?
Mario Kart comes back, the original battle mode, now with 100 cars.
Yeah, there's no tracks. It's just an entirely open level, and they just all. It's like what's called Twisted Metal.
Yeah, yeah. Twisted Metal comes back, the original battle royale.
Yeah, exactly.
I made the joke, WWE 2K19. Now we get 100 wrestlers in a giant ring, and the ring shrinks with time. Yeah, I would actually play that.
That would be awesome. That would be the one battle royale I would be on board with right from the beginning. Yeah.
Oh man. Do you think that the battle royale mode has a long-term future?
I do. I think it does.
Okay.
Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. Well, have you heard about? So I don't know if you're a big baseball fan. The Boston Red Sox have this guy named David Price who used to be a Toronto Blue Jays pitcher.
Yeah.
And he basically admitted to playing Fortnite so much that he gave himself carpal tunnel syndrome and he couldn't pitch.
Oh,
so this guy's making something like 60 million or something, and he literally played Fortnite and couldn't pitch anymore because he gave himself carpal tunnel. So
oof.
I guess the popularity is there. But yeah, I think I guess I can see it sticking around. I don't know. It seems popular, but yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know what the longevity is going to be like, but in terms of its popularity now, it doesn't seem to be waning. And obviously a lot of publishers and developers are moving in that direction. So I guess it'll, only time will tell.
Yeah. I think my concern with Battle Royale as a whole is that it's pretty easy to replicate. Like you could drop a Battle Royale mode into almost any multiplayer mode. And I think with the success of a PUBG and a Fortnite, everybody's going to do it. And so at a certain point, like, do people just get tired of the Battle Royale? I feel like that's going to happen.
Yeah, I think so. But then I guess the question just becomes does it just become a mode that's in every game? And then it is what it is kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like free for all.
I think it'll become a mode, but I just don't see it being the premier mode for, say, the next 5 to 10 years. I think games like Fortnite and PUBG we're already seeing starting to cool off with Fortnite eating all of its lunch.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think Fortnite is probably not going to last forever either. I'd be concerned with the games like Call of Duty and Battlefield that also have massive player bases sucking those people in as well.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the inevitable Super Smash Bros. Now with 100 people. And that would be kind of cool too.
For sure, yeah.
What would be like the dumbest Battle Royale game we could come up with?
Let's see.
Man,
Oh man.
I've always had this idea, like since grade 5, and this is probably going to be super dumb now, but in this modern climate, I've always
Right.
had this idea for like a hide and seek game.
Okay.
Or what's it called? Manhunt. Like just like, hey, you run around in the playground and like tag people. Make a kid's
So
version of it.
tag battle royale.
Yes, that's it.
There you go. That's it. That's the $1 million idea right there. And then you get to choose your class between like, bully, like schoolyard bully, or like, I don't know, band kid, and you just like throw tubas at people or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, what else could you do? Pokemon Battle Royale, that would be kind of cool.
Pokemon battle royale, yeah, almost like a Pokemon Stadium, but with 100 players at the same time.
Yeah. What would Telltale's Battle Royale be?
Oh man, I don't know, but it would probably be good.
Some super crazy story, all these weird decisions of like who people you kill and other people are making. I don't know.
I don't know, but if they have 100 different decisions that you have to make every time, that would take quite a while. The whole screen just fills up with decisions.
Yeah. You have to enter like Street Fighter motions in order to pick specific ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Yeah. I think we've got some good ideas, Jett.
All right.
We put them out in the public now, so they're probably going to be taken. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm calling it Battle Royale. Here's the pitch, all right?
Yeah.
It's Battle Royale Party, and it's going to be 100 Battle Royale themed mini games where we just like take different skins and different approaches to Battle Royale. We'll have the tag game, the Pokemon game, GTA Battle Royale is probably inevitable. We'll throw something in there too.
Done.
Yeah.
And licensing probably won't cost that much, so we're good.
No, not at all.
I mean, we just need Pokemon, GTA. I think relatively cheap properties. So.
Public domain, Snakes and Ladders Battle Royale.
Yeah, exactly.
Chess Battle Royale.
So many ladders. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's enough silly for today. Let's go carry on with our long weekends. Wrap up the show. Before we go, is there anything you want to plug?
Honestly, right now, nothing. Just enjoying my long weekend.
All right, yeah. Shout outs to the long weekend in Canada. I think our American friends have theirs the upcoming weekend.
Sorry, America.
Well, we'll be like shaking our fist at them when
that's right. Yeah.
They have theirs next weekend. But
complete trade-off. Yeah.
Yeah. As for me, definitely check out the site In Third Person for more articles and videos on video games, board games, and for shows like this one, Boss Rush, and live streams. I had my brother over